Hi, it's Kate from Grow Your Own Joy, and in this video I am going to show you some of the things we ate this weekend, and I hope you enjoy. I know there's a lot of stuff behind me. This is a working kitchen. We cook a lot. This is coffee that my husband just made. There's some things I had to clean off the counter because I was filming a grocery haul today, and I have my Dutch oven on the back getting ready to cook. But real life here. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. So it's Saturday, June 3rd. I pulled a lasagna that I had in the deep freezer out today and thawed it on the counter and then just baked it really low and slow and then turned up the heat to brown it. I forgot it in the oven and it burnt on the edges, but it is still delicious. We just won't eat like the extra burnt part on the edge, but the inside is still fine. So that's what we're doing for Saturday dinner. And I'm really trying to use up things in the freezer and make space. The summertime I am home more, and I definitely look for more deals to stock up the freezer with some fresh stuff, and I preserve garden produce, so I definitely want to get the older stuff out of there. Alright, so it is Sunday, June 4th. We are having tacos tonight for dinner. I haven't even put away my grocery haul that I just filmed, but we got these 5 ears of corn reduced from the grocery store, and they need to be dealt with right away because the outside peels look horrible, but the inside I'm sure is just fine. So I'm going to peel these up, and we will cook these, and we can either take them off the cob and have them on our tacos, or have them with our tacos, or put them in the fridge cooked and have them with other meals or salads this week. But I do need to get them peeled up, so I will peel them up and show you what they look like on the inside. Sometimes ugly produce, like you're afraid to buy it because of what it looks like, but on the inside it is just fine and edible, and it will save you a lot of money. Here's what the corn looks like that I got that was reduced and ugly on the outside. It is beautiful, and I should have bought more. They had so much, and I should have just bought a lot of it and cut it off the cob and frozen it, but I'm not going back to the grocery store. So it's all peeled and ready to go, and we will cook it up for dinner. Some more ugly produce. The ends of this look horrible. This has been in my fridge probably for 2 months. This one is definitely compost. Down here on the floor I have a box of compost. This is all of the peelings from the corn. Lettuce that we found smushed in the back of it, was in the back of a drawer.
It was at the bottom of the drawer.
Yeah, it got lost. We've been busy. Unfortunately, that happens sometimes. Not wasted. It's compost. And then I am going to clean this up, chop it up, whatever is salvageable, and freeze it. And then obviously compost this gross stuff. And then it's easy to put in recipes that call for celery. So that's the plan with that. Here it is all cleaned up. I'm going to chop it up and freeze it. Celery that you use for cooking, when you put it in the freezer, you don't need to do anything to it special. You can just freeze it raw, and it is just fine. I've never had a problem doing it like this. And I even chop up the leaves and put them in, because when you're cooking it, these cook down and they add a lot of flavor. And this was always good in things like a chicken pie or a soup, or even if I'm doing like a fried rice, I'll put a little handful of this in. My little bag of celery. This is a reused bag that I washed out, ready to go into the freezer. And now it won't go bad and we won't waste it. I actually have like a big box of compost getting ready to go outside, and this stuff makes a huge mess when you trim it up. This is my garlic from last year's garden from last July. It is getting a little bit soft. I'm probably going to have to deal with it today, and what I'm going to do is peel it and freeze the whole garlic cloves of any of the ones that feel like they need to be used. I don't know how much of this is actually still good, but what I'm going to do is put all of the peelings, chop it up small, and put it into the compost. I saved a couple of the more firm heads of garlic to keep using fresh. As you can see, it's starting to sprout. So this is a quart-sized bag. Here's what I have for garlic, and I have seen people do this. I have never personally done it. I am just going to pop this in the freezer, and then to use it, I will pull it out and let it thaw a little and just chop it up and add it to things. Or I can put it in my food processor. And here is the aftermath, and why I chose to do this right now, because I already had a box filling with compost, and it made a lot of compost. For lunch On Sunday, I am having a leftover turkey burger, some leftover, what are these, potato wedges, some Trader Joe's veggie bites, sauerkraut, a little bit of mayo, a little bit of hot sauce for the burger and fries, and that cleaned something out of the fridge. So it's a bunch of stuff for a bunch of different meals, but it'll be good. It'll work. Here's the corn all cooked up and ready for tonight. I have this can of Roman beans that I made last year. They're kind of like a pinto bean. So I'll make refried beans with that. And I'll probably add a little cumin and onion powder. I have chili powder, a little tiny bit of dried cilantro that needs to be used up, cumin, onion powder, paprika, salt, pepper. I have a pepper that will go in with the ground meat. I have some jalapenos. I am not using all of these, but I am going to try them to use some of them up. They're from last year's garden season. These are green onions from the garden. There are a lot more where these came from, so these will get put into the ground beef mixture. Here is the pound of ground beef. And in this jar, I have garlic chives from last year's garden that still need to be used up, so I will put some of those in with the ground beef. And then we will just have all of this on our tortilla, the refried beans, the meat, and then we have salsa, guacamole, queso fresco, pickled jalapenos, all kinds of things we can put on them in the almond flour tortillas that are left over from a different taco night. So right here I have a Dutch oven heating up for the taco meat, and I'm going to get that started. And I have the corn already cooked on the stove. So I will show you a little bit more of what I'm putting in here. So in here I have an orange pepper, some garlic chives, and a little bit of bacon fat. I have the thawed ground beef, and I'm going to wait until it browns a little to add the seasonings and the green onions and the garlic. And I need to think about getting the refried beans started. Here are the refried beans cooking down on the stove. I'm just going to let it continue to simmer until it reduces to a thick refried bean texture. I just took the beans out of the can and added a little water to get it going, and some cumin, salt, pepper, and garlic powder. And here is the taco mixture that will be going on our tacos. I just put some water in here to like distribute the seasoning, but it has all those veggies in it and the ground beef, and we'll let that keep going as well. Here is what we have to go with the tacos. We have siete almond flour tortillas, guacamole left from last week. This is a fresh salsa that I bought this week, a jar of the pickled jalapenos, hot sauce, sour cream, queso fresco, and then we have the corn. The refried beans are reducing, and we have the taco meat. Here's my dinner, some messy tacos and my corn on the cob. All right, one last thing for Sunday cooking. I decided to make this mochi cake from Trader Joe's. It is delicious. It is not a low-calorie treat, but I have everything to make it. This is easy, so that's what I'm making. I'll show you when it's done. All right, I forgot to film this before we cut right into it, but this is the mochi cake. It does not look like much, but it is delicious, sweet, buttery goodness. For Tuesday night dinner, it's Tuesday, June 6th. Oh my gosh, can't talk today. I am cooking up a cup of rice with 2 cups of broth. And then we're going to be having salmon and asparagus, and I'm going to do both in the oven as long as my oven decides it is working today. I really cannot wait for this addition to be done because things just aren't working great in here. So the oven did not work. It was kind of heating up, kind of making really terrible sounds, and it doesn't feel safe to really use, so I did the asparagus in a pan, and I did the salmon in an air fryer. The rice is cooked with broth. The asparagus has salt, pepper, and garlic powder and butter on it. And the salmon has lemon and dill and a little bit of avocado oil on it. So I will show you everything before we eat. Here is my plate with my salmon, asparagus, and rice, and I can't wait to dig in. And I'll show you, I always doctor up my plates. My husband doesn't really do this, but I do. This is sauerkraut with caraway seeds. Put some goat cheese on top of my asparagus. It'll get melty. And I put some lemons on my plate. It is Monday, June 12th. I took a break from filming for a little while. We had a lot going on. It is the end of the school year. I am getting ready for a summer break. I had an issue with my ankle. I'm now wearing an ankle brace. I had to get that taken care of. We've just been very busy. And then also we found out a family member passed away. And that has been hard. So I'm going to show you what we're making tonight. And I am just going to tack this on to whatever I have filmed from the previous weeks. And probably edit at the end of this week. I may not get every meal. I'm just going as I'm able. So we have this Polish sausage. It was 50% off of $6.99. That's from the deep freezer, so we'll cook those up. I have some peas and some frozen mixed vegetables that need to be used up. So we are just going to cook those vegetables up. And then errands, I happen to be buying Aldi. They have some great gluten-free products. This is like the Velveeta mac and cheese. It actually has like the cheese sauce packet, not the powder. So I will also be making this. And that will be dinner for tonight. And hopefully some leftovers for lunches. I know there'll probably be leftover mac and cheese. I'm not sure how many of these will be left over. All right, here's the mismatched dinner. I'm going to cut up my hot dog. We don't do buns a lot here. Gluten-free hot dog buns are not great. If you know a good one, please let me know. Still on a search. I have this jar of sliced kosher dill pickles, some ketchup, some relish, some mustard, whatever we want with it. And that's dinner. Here's my plate with all my sauces and things because that's how I do things. Tuesday, June 13th, I threw together a potato salad using up some potatoes that were starting to go. Onion, celery, some dill pickles, mayonnaise, a little bit of mustard, salt, pepper. I need to add more of that. And a little bit of dill and garlic powder. And then, and mayonnaise. So that's potato salad. My husband cut up some broccoli that we purchased last week. This is actually done. I had it going on the stove here. And then in the air fryer, we have chicken thighs. And we have some chicken drumsticks to go in. They were chicken leg quarters, but my husband knows I'm not crazy about chicken leg quarters for some reason. I will eat deboned chicken thighs, and I will eat chicken drumsticks. But chicken leg quarters are not my favorite. So he actually separated the drumsticks from the thighs and took the bone off the thighs. And seasoned it with salt, pepper, garlic powder. I think there might be paprika on the thighs. So that's dinner. Here's my dinner. My chicken leg, potato salad, broccoli, and some cabbage beet kraut. Today is Wednesday the 14th. I have officially 2 days of work left before I get a break. So here's what we're throwing together. We did not grocery shop this week. I don't know if I already told you that. We spent, hold on. That's better. We spent like $15 at the grocery store on Sunday, just picking up a few things that we needed. And I had $5 that I'm going to get back in rewards, so take that off of that. And then, did you go grocery shopping today?
I bought 2 packages of potato hash browns and 2 jugs of oat milk.
So my husband bought 2 things of oat milk and 2 containers of hash brown patties because we were out, and they're things we like to have on hand. So we probably spent about under $30 on groceries this week, which is wonderful. We are making Korean beef bowls. I don't have a menu plan this week. We're flying by the seat of our pants. So ground beef, leftover onion that was in the fridge, 2 cloves of garlic, still from last year's garden. It's getting a little soft. I just went out and I picked some broccoli leaves and some little bits of broccoli that need to be used up before they go to flour. But I will chop that up and add it in, probably with the beef and the onions. It'll cook up nicely. I'll chop it up small. Carrots, for the Korean beef bowls. My phone is dying, so I'm going to tell you about all these things, and then I'll just show you my food when it's done. We will cut these into little matchsticks with this little... Oh, I don't want to cut my fingers. It's very sharp. With this little special peeler that we have. And then we will pickle some cucumbers. I have this cucumber left from weeks ago, and then these left from last week that we never even got to. I have coconut aminos, rice vinegar. We'll use salt, pepper. Oh, these are garlic chives from the garden. I'm going to put some of those in too. I'll make up some white brown basmati rice. I don't know what's going on anymore. Sorry. Oh, and I need brown sugar to sweeten up the Korean beef. And Korean beef bowls will be dinner tonight. I'll show you when it's all done. I need to put my phone on the charger. Right, it's like almost 7 p.m. The thunderstorms are rolling in, and we have delicious Korean beef bowls. Is that what we call them? Beef bulgogi bowls. I don't know. We got a HelloFresh recipe a long time ago. We made it. We liked it. We adapted it to make without ordering HelloFresh. I do like HelloFresh in a pinch, but this is a lot more affordable. It is Thursday, the 15th of June. One more day, and I am on break. I did stop at Wegmans today and picked up some cheese and honestly just some gluten-free junk food because everyone at work has been eating junk food and I can't eat any of it because of my dietary restrictions. So I got some chips and ice cream because and some bagels with cream cheese, some gluten-free bagels with cream cheese, just because I haven't been able to enjoy any of the things at work and I really just wanted a treat. So I spent $30. We are still way under what we normally spend weekly. I think we're probably at 30, 40. How much did you spend?
Probably about 70. We were probably about 70.
We're probably at 70 and we spent 130 with like how expensive things are usually. So I think we're lower than 70. But we did buy some household goods too, so maybe that's fair. Anyways, we're lower than our normal grocery amounts that we spend, so that is good. So here's what I have. I pulled this taco chicken, what is it called? Salsa chicken out of the freezer. I had made this in a big batch in the crock pot and frozen it. I froze it in containers, so I thawed this. I pulled out a can of olives. I will be the only one to eat these. My husband has an aversion. And these are almond flour tortillas that we have left over from a different taco night. I picked up pre-shredded cheese, which I never do. I don't like a lot of the ingredients in it, but I don't like this anti-caking stuff. But we're going to use it because I don't have the energy to be shredding cheese right now. We still have sour cream left from all those sour cream deals that I got a long time ago. Still perfectly, well, it says the 8th of June, but it's not opened yet, and I know this is totally fine. There's some sauteed mushrooms, peppers, and onions if someone wants to put those on there. Some leftover salsa, jalapeno slices, hot sauce, all the things. So we're making quesadillas tonight, and that is dinner. I'll show you mine when it's done. Simple is best. Here is my quesadilla dinner. Salsa, sour cream, some olives, and my chicken and cheese quesadillas with some jalapeno slices. So this morning I'm harvesting my garlic scapes. They are not all ready, but some of them are, so I'll pick the ones that are before we go away. And these are really small ones. These garlic, this is a different variety than I've planted before, and I don't know if it's just a small variety or I don't know. Maybe they're just not doing well. Maybe I'll spread some bone meal over here. But yeah, so the goal is to harvest these garlic scapes to use in cooking. I don't know if I'm going to make any more pesto because I still have some left from last year. And then that'll send more energy down into the roots of the plant and it'll bulb up. I harvested these 3 giant leaves of Swiss chard, and I will cook those up for breakfast today and maybe enough left over to go with lunch or breakfast tomorrow. Here is my basket with my garlic scapes and my Swiss chard. There are still some scapes left on the plant that are too small to pick. Let me see if I can find one. This one's pretty tiny. So I'm just going to leave them a few more days and then I will pick the rest. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.